Well, hi, John.
No videotaping the mud in my truck from the rain this morning.
Well, it's not that bad. It's not as bad as you think. Oh, check this out. Nice follow me phones with magnets. Oh no, not you too, John. Milwaukee got you too. At least Snap-on's trying to stay true to their game. Every tool truck, Milwaukee. Well, you know, that's not too entirely true. Matco does not have that on there.
Are they an authorized Milwaukee dealer?
Oh, I don't think it's that hard, John. All you gotta do is call corporate and ask them, hey, would you mind if I become an authorized dealer for you? No, go ahead, sell more of our products. All right, what's this? We got this wire terminal tool here. What is this, a crimping set?
Those are for Deutsch connectors.
Uh-huh.
They're typically a commercial and aircraft type of connector.
Okay.
Waterproof and vibration proof. They use them for ECMs on trucks and airplanes.
I like it. I like it. And who's our multimeters from?
I have no clue.
They're pretty nice. This one's pretty nice. I like that. Maybe it's better than the Snap-on one I overpaid for. You know, I had the Snap-on one for a month. I already had to hand it back to him to get it fixed.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, me too. Got some pretty nice flashlights here. Actually, I'm kind of digging that one a little bit. Woo! Woo! Huh. On, off, that's it.
Yeah, and then the strobe.
Strobe. I totally thought it had multiple settings. All right. Ooh, look at this quick disconnect set for AC. That looks pretty nice. Or is this transmission lines too? Transmission line, I'm sorry.
Depends on what size.
Yeah, I like that. All right, all right. Power probes, Alto. Oh, used toolbox, dare I ask. How much are we asking for this used service cart, sir?
$700 are best offer. And it's typically a $1,500 cart.
Really?
Yes.
I remember back in the day when I bought my first Cornwell 5-drawer tool cart, just like this.
$500.
$750. $750. That's how much I paid for it.
You got a lot, so it don't fly apart.
Yeah, that makes sense. Damn, supply and demand, huh? Yeah, I couldn't do it, man. Couldn't do it. Oh, these are nice. I think we must have seen these last time, right? Double box in, but ratcheting on one side.
Yeah.
I like those. SAE, metric. I don't see the metric set though.
That's definitely say section there. Metrics all on this side.
Oh, okay. We'll work our way down there. Let's see, some Torx drivers, hook pick set. I like some of these. That's not gonna pierce the hose. I just can't help but stare at this set. It is nice. I just don't know if it's 360 nice, but I do like it. It's one of those things that you just keep looking at until eventually you end up putting it in your toolbox, am I right?
I'm here to do that for you.
That's right. That's what I'm talking about. All right. Well, any hot promo deals that I'm overlooking?
Just the Milwaukee stuff and the newer lights I have. I don't know if you've seen the new neck light here.
We saw in the catalog, but not in person. How's this work out?
Okay, well, first of all, compared to the old style.
I do like that one.
Yeah. Well, that has its place. One button for both lights.
Uh-huh.
And instead of just going up and down,
go side to side or inside.
You can look, shine the light behind you if you have to.
That's cool.
And
I dig it.
Yep.
Right on.
Most people do. And it also charges with one cord where
instead of two.
So it's a little bit better. And of course that one I think is since I didn't mark it. Well, they're $55.95.
All right, so pretty fairly around the same exact price.
Yeah.
I can dig it. All right, John. I suppose I'll take a look. Ooh, I do like your version of the indexing pry bars. This is dual. Look at this. There's two positions here. Oh my God, is that true? Let's see. It is absolutely a dual position indexing pry bar. Those are freaking uniquely awesome. I like them. I like those a lot.
I've got a box over there that has not been opened. It probably has a price on it.
3-piece set or something?
White, yeah, white. Actually, it's a 2-piece set, I think.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
And
2-piece double indexing pry bar set.
$169.95.
Nice. That's a good deal. I like that. All right, we're gonna take a look at some things. Oh, the tool aid wire strippers. The ones that are like pistol gripped. You squeeze and it bites down and pulls the wire back.
Probably not the quality what you have.
Where at?
Right there next to your left hand.
Oh, right here.
No, these are weak. I don't like those. They're made out of plastic. They break. It's the tool aids. They're made out of all metal, like aluminum. Right on. Well, thanks, John. I'm gonna look at some stuff. We got to get to getting. We'll see you guys back at the house for beer and bullshit. All right, TGIF. What's going on, everyone? Justin again, as always. Thanks for watching my channel. Welcome back to Beer and Bullshit with your boy. All right, check it out. I caved. I absolutely caved. I wasn't going to get them. I told myself, no, you don't need them. But, you know, I just couldn't help but think to myself, I've been eyeballing these for weeks. There's been so many different tricky situations working around bell housings, trying to do clutches, to doing thermostats, to taking off those little tiny locking nuts that retain brackets against certain studs that hold like the thermostat housing on for like the Renegade. There's been other times like working around EGR and things like that this would have come in handy. And same with like dipsticks and, you know, just a handful of things. I think at one point I even said this probably would have been the best style of ratchet wrench for like distributors from back in the day. Some of my old school guys can tell me, but I'd like to say that most of the distributor bolts that I've seen in the positions that they're in, these would have definitely gotten down to them. Granted, those were on SAE or Imperial fasteners. These are metric. I'm giving you my metric ideas of where I think these would be beneficial. Another thing that I liked about these ratchet wrenches or this style of ratchet wrench is that they didn't disappoint you with the open end either, okay? The open end does have these embossed teeth or notches that they have cut into it intentionally to get more grip or more bite on a fastener. Some mechanics like this style because of the bite. Some do not because they feel that it mars or scars certain fittings. Obviously, you would not want to use this on like a brake line fitting, power steering fitting, or an aluminum fitting that might go towards like an AC line or something like that, or an AN fitting, because you really are going to mar it up. But for fasteners, your typical fasteners that you're going to have for, like I said, the bell housing, bolts, thermostat, even some timing cover areas I've seen. Look, this set goes from 8mm all the way up to 19mm, no skips, okay? 9, 10, 11, 8, 9, 10, 11, all the way up to 19. So basically from 8mm, which is like the hardest one to get out of here, but from 8mm to 19mm, you got a full set. It's a double jointed set. You can see some of the awkward flexes that this thing has, okay? You can get to fasteners like this, so you can go over different obstacles. You can go at a slightly different angle. That might help you to getting around certain exhaust manifold issues and things like that for like oil dipstick tubes, okay? I just did a Hemi exhaust manifold. This would have come in handy in certain situations like that where you don't really need a lot of leverage to tighten something up. Maybe to crack it loose, but not to tighten it up with, okay? Or at least to get it snug down. Or once you get it snug loose, you know, sometimes it's just too loose for a ratchet, but too tight for the finger. I think something like this might be a really good way to go about it. I do not know how many teeth that these ratchet wrenches are. If I had to guess, them being Cornwell and seeing the Cornwell ratchets that they have, I would tell you my guess, since it's a Cornwell branded, could very well be rebranded, I would guess 72 teeth, okay? It feels finer than that, but I'm going to go ahead and say 72 teeth because that's the highest tooth count that I've seen on their ratchets, and some of their other ratchet wrenches, I feel like these are going to be about the same. Now, this is not reversible, okay? You don't have a reversible selector switch on any end, so if you do need to like loosen it a certain way or tighten it a certain way, you do have to flip it back and forth. As far as the overall strength of the open end,
in my experience with previously owned Cornwell wrenches, combination wrenches, I could tell you that they're pretty strong. The open end holds up a lot stronger than some of the other brands that I've gone through, okay? And I've tried anything out from like Husky to Icon to Pittsburgh to Duralast. We've had the Silver Eagles, okay? I've tried Matco ones, Craftsman, the Made in China and Made in USA. There's been some O'Reilly specials that I've tried, okay? And now, of course, Cornwell and the Snap-on. Tried Snap-on too. So I would definitely put the Cornwell in the top tier categories as far as like Snap-on. Matco, yes, they're a lot stronger, okay? I haven't really seen any chrome flaking on the Matco or the Snap-on. A while back, I did have some chrome peeling issues on the Cornwell ratchet. I did get a Cornwell ratchet from Jeff. I suspect over time that is going to chrome chip. As far as these ratchet wrenches, okay, this is a newer design, so I'm hoping that they fixed whatever chrome peeling issues that they possibly had. But as far as I'm concerned, this is the most awkwardly shaped, probably most beneficial ratchet wrench that you could possibly go with, okay? I do occasionally like a fixed ratchet wrench. I have fallen in love with my flex head double box end ratchet wrenches from Matco. I feel like I'm going to fall in love with this combination double jointed ratchet wrench from Cornwell, okay? I also like the fact that it is in a complete set and that it does have a more of a spline drive kind of a feel, not necessarily a 12 point, okay, which I'm sure that there are 12, but let's just see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 13, okay? So it's like a 13 tooth. So I'm going to say it has more of a spline drive kind of a feel to it overall. It's not going to be like that, 12 point. It's going to have more embossed teeth for better biter grip. And you know what? I'm sure the tolerances are going to be on point. I look forward to trying out these Cornwell ratchet wrenches. Okay, overall cost, $360.95. They are on the costlier side. You might be asking, okay, what's up with the case, kid? We do see that it looks like it might have had a lid. That might have been handy, especially if it had a handle. From what I'm told, okay, from the Cornwell rep, yes, there is a method or reason to the madness because they suspect that if you're going to buy the metric set, you're going to want the SAE, and then you take the SAE and attach it to the metric set, and then you can close it up and lock it. I know, a little bit disheartening, but you know what? I see why they would think that. This coming in at the cost that it does, sure, you're spending a little bit of money on some ratchet wrenches at that point in time. In time, I may very well get the Imperial set to go with it. I have just about every other style of ratchet wrench that I could possibly think of to get me out of any kind of a pinch working at the dealership. As far as working on other cars, though, like older cars and things like that, any projects that I may have up and coming, I could tell you that the SAE set probably going to come in handy over time, and I feel like I would probably use both about the same. Let's say 60-40 split, okay? I would say I'd probably end up using the SAE about as often as I'm going to use the metric. That might be an understatement. I might actually end up using the metric 70% of the time. But look, I found myself with a lot of awkward situations, mostly with the SAE, and I have seen a handful of situations with the metric that this would have come in handy. Okay, let's talk about tolerances real quick. We know that there are going to be certain ratchet wrenches that may very well fit into that Imperial category. You already know, okay? 14 millimeter, pretty close to 9/16, right? 19 millimeter, pretty close to 3/4. And you got like 13, pretty close to half. You got 10, pretty close to 3/8, and yada, yada, yada. And then 7/16, pretty close to 11. But I want to see what kind of troubles I run into and just how interchangeable these ratchet wrenches are from Imperial to Standard, because maybe you don't need the SAE, okay? Maybe you don't need to have your OCD kick in. Maybe you can just fully function off of either style of fastener, be it metric or Imperial, using this metric wrench set. I look forward to seeing how these work out in the long term, okay? But that is my tool pick-me-up from Cornwell. It did come at a cost. John, thank you very much for your time. If his cousin's listening, cheers to those of you that have your beers. We'll see you next time. Deuces.